Hello students, so today we're going to study about biological classification, chapter number 2. Classification. It is a very important aspect of biology. It has greatly eased the study of various organisms and their evolution. All living organisms are widely classified into kingdom based on their particular characteristic. So here we're going to learn about the biological classification and various kingdom in it. Now you understand the meaning of classification. Actually, why we need this classification? Classification basically is the arrangement of things in taxonomic group in accordance with the observed similarities. It helps in understanding the group as a whole with simple ease. Now, here we will discuss with the biological classification and how it is simplified things for us. So, there are more than 2.5 billion different living things on earth. Millions more have not yet been discovered too. Life is diverse and needs to be organized. So it is organized so that scientists all over the world have a universal method of classifying it. Organisms are placed into a group with biological similarities. So this way we need a classification system. So he was the first man to attempt a scientific basis of classification. His name is Aristotle. He used simple morphological character to classify plants into trees, shrubs and herbs. He also divided animals into two groups, those who possess red blood and those who did not. So here in his classification, he used a simple morphological characters to classify the plant and animal. So here he gives the term Enaima, Enaima, with red blood cells and Hanaima, Anaima, so without red blood cells. However, a need for a proper system of biological classification was always felt. So why we need for classification of living organisms? The study of one or two organisms is not sufficient to know the essential feature of the group. All kinds of organisms do not occur in one locality. Classification helps in knowing the relationship between the different groups of organisms, and it helps in knowing the evolutionary relationship between organisms. So these are the need for the classification of living organisms. Based on the type of system of classification, the organisms are classified into the following kingdoms. That is two kingdom classification system. So in the year 1758, Linnaeus, the father of taxonomy system, the person on the right, his name is called Linnaeus. So in the year 1758, he divided all the living organisms into two kingdoms. So these are Plantae and Animaliae. So this system was useful till very recently. This system does not distinguish between the eukaryotic and prokaryotic, use unicellular and multicellular organism, and photosynthetic and non-photosynthetic. So here again we have a drawback of the system to give an elaborate classification. So features of kingdom Plantae and the features of kingdom Animaliae he was given. So he didn't discover a kingdom for fungi. So this will be one of the drawback. For example, the significant feature of the kingdom Plantae, in his classification is listed are, they have a cell wall, they shows autotrophic mode of nutrition, a big central vacuole is present, and no locomotion is seen except in some lower algae. So these are the some significant features we can see in kingdom Plantae. The significant feature of the kingdom Animaliae are listed are, the cell wall is absent, there are no inorganic crystal present in the cells, central vacuole is absent, growth is limited and well defined, growing points are not present. So it shows the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So in his classification he given the two significant features for the kingdom Plantae and Animaliae. So depending upon the type of classification system, the type of classification system of the organisms are classified into following kingdom. That is two kingdom which is proposed by Linnaeus. Later classified all living organisms into two kingdom called Plantae and Animaliae. So Linnaeus is the father of taxonomy system in the year 1758. So he proposed a kingdom which includes Plantae and Animaliae. So the two kingdom system, so he just segregated the Plantae and Animaliae. The Plantae groups include algae, fungi, bacteria, bryophyta, pteridophyta, spermatophyta. Here in Animaliae, it includes Coelenterata, Porifera, Platyhelminthes, Mollusca, Nemathelminthes, Annelida, Echinodermata and Chordata. So feature of the kingdom Plantae we seen, and the feature of the kingdom Animaliae also we seen. So objection against this two kingdom classification system. The two kingdom system of classification was accepted for a long time. However, some difficulty arise from this classification as several new living organisms have been discovered. So some of these difficulties are mentioned below. The first formed organism whether neither plant nor animal. The fungi do not show similarity with structure, physiology and reproductive system of plants, but we include fungi in the system in the kingdom Plantae. It is not easy to recognize the lower organism as plants or animal. For example, Euglena as mixotrophic, that is a mode of nutrition, dual mode of nutrition, while sponges are fixed, branched and irregular creatures like plant. And next will be the slime mold, a group of fungi are wall-less in vegetative phase. They develop cell wall in the reproductive phase. So slime molds can neither be placed in fungi nor plants. So these are all the difficulties which were given in the, which were seems to be the drawback of the system, two system classification, that is the Plantae and Animaliae. So next we have initiated by three kingdom classification. Okay, that is three kingdom system was given by Ernst Haeckel in 1866. So he given the kingdom like Protista. So he given the new kingdom called Protista. So where it includes unicellular and colonial eukaryotes such as bacteria, algae, fungi and protozoan. In kingdom Plantae it includes multicellular photosynthetic plant, and in kingdom Animaliae it includes multicellular animals. The new kingdom Protista include all those organisms which lack the capability of tissue differentiation. So these group include algae, fungi and protozoa. So later kingdom Protista was reserved only for the unicellular organisms. So here the living beings are classified on the basis of unicellularity and multicellularity, and here we are classified into three systems, that is the Protista, Plantae and Animalia, that is includes the three kingdom. Protista where it includes unicellular algae, fungi and bacteria. Plantae that is metaphyta, it includes the multicellular plant. Animalia that is metazoa, it includes multicellular animals. So what will be the limitation of three kingdom classification system? So here the prokaryote and eukaryote are not separated. Both unicellular and multicellular organisms are kept in Protista. So here we need the another set of system called four kingdom classification system, because it has a drawback where the prokaryote and eukaryote not separated. So we need an urge for four kingdom classification system. So the four kingdom classification system, it includes Monera in addition to Protista, Plantae and Animalia. Studies with electron microscope made it clear that bacteria and related organisms have a different nuclear structure and compared to others. So they are prokaryote, thus kingdom Monera was created by Copeland in 1956. So Copeland, he was the person who was given the four system classification, and fungi continue to remain with Plantae in the system. So there will be the drawback where the fungi which also remained in the Plantae system. So here we need another system called five system of classification. Five kingdom classification. R.H. Whitaker 1969 proposed a five kingdom classification. So in his kingdom he given the separate kingdom for fungi. The kingdom defined by him were named Monera, Protista, fungi, Plantae and Animalia. The main criteria for classification used by him It includes the cell structure, thallus organization, mode of nutrition, reproduction, and phylogenetic relationship. Is kingdom given the clear-cut imagine of the system, that is the classification based on all prokaryotic organisms were grouped together and the kingdom Monera, and the unicellular eukaryotic organisms were placed in the kingdom Protista. The kingdom Protista has brought together Chlamydomonas, chlorella, that is earlier placed in algae within plants and both having cell walls, with paramecium and amoeba, which are earlier placed in the animal kingdom, which lack the cell wall. It has put together organisms which in earlier classification were placed in different kingdoms.